as we had last left it off, the party managed to get inside the ruins of Greyhelm. And there you managed to get across the lair of one of its outlying predators to eventually get to the New Order main base of this area, where there was a massive gate that was magically walled off into the actual inner part of Greyhelm. Right now you're on the outskirts of it, with a dried up moat all around. You've explored the area, and met a few of the interesting people that seem to be running the show here, one of them being a Professor Anderson. Professor Anderson, in your time here, had loudly claimed that she had finally figured out how to undo the magical barrier that had prevented the New Order from actually getting inside the mountain, or the Greyhelm at this point. And as she commenced a ritual, something started to go wrong. Taking this opportunity, Jawpricks fired a fireball into the centre of them, destroying a great many of the New Order, however waking up pretty much all the other ones that were inside their tents. But what happened to Anderson was not right. Every form of magical damage that's been thrown at Anderson so far has had completely opposite effects. And her eyes and her body language right now tell you that she is not in control of what she is doing. However, the New Order has awoken and is now currently engaging all of you, with Varys, one of the leading members of the New Order, having revealed himself and charging into the fray. And that was where we left it off. So, jumping straight into the battle is Bark.
Am I doing Bark again?
Yes.
That is fine. So Bark is just going to...
Oh, fucking hell.
I'm trying to remember if I still had Hunter's... I do still have Hunter's Mark on. So Bark, not being a moron, is going to see that it was not doing damage to her and drop concentration on Hunter's Mark.
Okay. He can transfer it to somebody else if he wants to, unless he's going to concentrate on something
The
else.
wording of the spell says only when the target dies you can do that. Now, I know we've played it differently in other campaigns, but that is it. Like that, yeah. I picked it up last week, I think.
To be fair, I don't think anyone's ever actually transferred it whilst the target was still alive.
No, well, there's not normally a reason to be fair.
Yeah.
So yeah, I will just let it drop, but then I will shoot her twice. I'm still waiting for Bark Sheet to load for some reason. It doesn't want to play. If someone can see what his plus is, I'm going to roll d20. I'm pretty sure that's going to miss.
Yes, unfortunately that will miss.
And he'll take his second shot. Six plus something. I don't know why his sheet's not loading. Mine loaded fine. 2 plus whatever his dex is.
I believe his dex. If I can get his character up.
Is it possible because is it possibly because you've moved it to NPCs that I can't open it now, Jack?
No,
because Agnes has just tried as well. Oh, okay. I will refresh the page then, but that will be Bark's go over. He's had 2 shots.
Did that help? Yes, well, his dexterity is +4. Oh my god, constant need to sneeze, Jesus.
Bless you.
Yeah, so the first shot just gets ricocheted off by this swirling vortex of energy that's emanating from Anderson. The second one gets her in the fight. She screams out involuntarily, in a weird kind of way that, while she is screaming, she is still, like, almost a second voice is coming out of her via the same mouth. That is the incantation, the ritual that she's currently under commencing. Would Bark like to move anywhere?
All right. Bart's quite happy sitting at the back firing pop shots, I think.
All right. Joprix, you're up.
I think what Joprix would like to do now. When I see Anderson performing this incant, does it look like there are any somatic components to what she's doing, or is it strictly just kind of verbal?
It does appear to be verbal at the moment.
Okay. I think, excuse me. I think what I'm going to do is have Joprix move in with his movement.
Yep.
To at least to place that within range. So I think I want to sneak behind this tent near Xeric. And from around the corner, I want to cast, see if it works. I want to cast Suggestion on Anderson. And I want to say, I suggest you cease this ritual. And give it a shot. Very, very confidently.
Yeah.
Strongly suggest.
What's your intelligence there, wizard?
It is
not high enough, since everything has been opposite that. Like,
you just don't carry on with the ritual.
Can
everything has been opposites?
Can you roll a d100 for me, please?
Sure.
It depends on this dice roll what happens, but yeah, half of them have been opposites.
Half of it,
that's why Paul was doing necrotic damage. She was so cool.
Wait a minute, she was already cool. I resent that a little bit, Vorkris.
Cool to Vorkris.
She was already cool to Vorkris, damn it.
Okay. 3. Just check my notes. I think it was the higher one. Yeah, it was the higher one. So, Anderson will need to make a wisdom saving throw as the spell takes place normally.
It's DC of 15.
That is a fail.
Okay.
So, the spell takes effect, and she consciously will try to do that, but it's not her currently undergoing the ritual.
It's not working. It's not working. Say this to Xeric. It's not working. I think she's overcome.
We'll just have to cut her down then.
All right. Did you want to move?
My decision. I like it.
Oh, you already moved there.
With a shot.
Okay. So it is. It is Varys' turn. He's going to move up there a little bit. He's going to survey the situation a little bit. And then he is going to... He's going to cast Eldritch Blast at the flames that are now popping up around the ritual. So he'll fire the first one, and it will get enveloped by the flame. Undeterred, he fires another one. He gets enveloped up by the flame itself. On the third one, he will attempt to fire at Anderson. It's a 20 to hit him. To hit her, so that... I need to roll a d100 actually. Yeah, so spell acts as normally.
Bless you.
So that's 6 force damage against Anderson. As it strikes into her, Anderson just like she moves her head violently to the side before looking over at Anderson with like a why look, like why did you do that sort of thing? And Anderson and Varys is just like, God damn it, no. It is the ranger's turn. So this ranger here is going to engage you, Zurich. So he's going to make 2 short sword attacks against you. 14 and 21.
21 will hit.
It's 8 piercing damage against you. Do you have all of your hit points?
I think I do. Yes.
Okay, no worries. Okay, so he gets past your defenses there. I don't. There was another ranger around here somewhere. Yeah, over here. So he's going to move back here. He is going to. He's got all the possible targets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Reroll an 8. Okay, so he's gonna fire shots at Joprix. 11 and 17.
1 hit.
Okay. Do you have all of your hit points?
I do not.
All right. So Colossus Slayer taking effect for an extra 8 points of damage.
Woo! 13 total.
Yep, that's right. So 2 shots. One of them just rips into the tent that you're taking cover behind. The other one gets you in the shoulder and impacts you with a level of force that you didn't expect. These guys are skilled hunters. That's it. Sawyer's turn.
Ow!
Did Sawyer stub his toe?
Sawyer is gonna take a knee, and he's gonna take 2 shots at Zurich. Uh, 16 and 7.
No, both miss. Just raise my shield.
So, he just sort of spits on the floor, and he moves with almost a cat-like grace over here. Chris, you're up.
Chris is going to look at this. Is it a dwarf woman that's run up to me?
Yes.
Yes. I'm just be like, how dare you approach me? Don't you understand who I am? And I'm going to reach out and cast Vampiric Touch. That's a 4th level. So please don't miss. I had clicked it. I was asking what level. 19 to hit.
That is definitely a hit against her. So you you just bring up a sort of magical force that just guides her natural defenses away, and you just place your hand on her chest and just suck the life out of her. Ah! She takes a step back and looks down to where you actually got her, and you can see this blackened claw print on her. So she's taken 16 points of damage.
We'll heal that, and then that will be my turn. I'm pretty much surrounded. Can't go anywhere.
Okie dokie. Cora, you're up.
Okay, you said that this ritual doesn't seem to be verbal anymore, right?
It is verbal. It's not. It was not somatic or material based. It's all verbal.
All right. So if it's secondary question, the book by her? Is she reading out of that book?
No. She's... what's happening to her right now is involuntary.
Okay, so she's just like the book is on the ground. She's not doing anything to it. So
Effectively, she is a puppet at the moment.
right. Okay. All right. So if this is going by words, well, first thing I'm going to try and I'm going to move my spiritual weapon. I guess I'll start over here. Attack that guy with it.
Okay.
Ugh.
12 against him, unfortunately, is a miss. He sees the spiritual weapon coming up behind him, and he just ducks underneath the attempted head strike.
Okay. And then I'm going to cast silence on Anderson.
Okie dokie. Can you roll D100 for me, please?
Mm-hmm.
I just started to get really loud.
All right. Okay, so you guys a 1 and a 3 on a D100. Wow.
Rolling like that ass.
Okay, so the silence spell takes effect.
Okay.
And you can see her mouth continuing to move, but no sound is generating from that location at the moment.
All right. Because I know I need to concentrate on this, I'm going to move. I'm going to move here. So I think that should, nope. Does that give me, no, I'll move. Yeah. Over here. Boop.
Okay. All right. It is Zeric's turn.
First, I'm gonna thrust my spear of force at this ranger that's attacking me. See if we can put him down.
Okay.
First.
That is a hit. Oh, nice. Wow. So you're doing Red Flame Blade as well?
Yeah, that's like the standard thing from.
So that's 27 points of damage against him. So that's a tremendous amount of damage. He calls out in pain, but he's still standing.
Right, then follow it up with just a normal spear attack.
Right, so he does have this. So all subsequent attacks from you now are at +4 AC.
That's a really cool thing.
So he's fast, and the first time you get him, he actually yells out in pain. However, he's focused entirely onto you. You spin the spear around again. However, he's able to duck underneath the attempted attack. His entire focus is on you at the moment, and that is a miss.
Is that like a reaction, or is that just special ability?
No, that's a feat. That's a feature
yeah.
for him.
Okay, yeah. Now I'm just gonna move there.
Pretty much all rangers get it, actually. Well, not all rangers, but the non-Beastmaster PHB rangers.
Yeah. I'll stay within his range, and then just move over to that.
All right, it is Kerry's turn.
Okay. Carry. She is. I think she would have to move out from where she is to get Anderson.
Yes.
Okay. So she will step out and directly at Anderson. She's going to do Eldritch Blast.
Roll a D100 for me, please.
Okay.
Okay. Spell works as normal.
Okay. I'm putting agonizing blast on that. So here's 1. Oop, just kidding. That did not roll damage.
I think you have to do it from the attacks and spellcasting feature.
Yeah, that probably makes more sense. Where the heck is it? It's not there. So I will just roll
D10 plus charisma.
D10 plus charisma. So her charisma is 3. D10. 1 D10
Oh,
plus
first you have
3.
to hit. First you have to hit.
Okay, yep. Good. All right, so D20. And then to hit would be her charisma too, right?
Her proficiency and charisma.
Okay, so proficiency bonus is 3. Charisma. Good lord.
10, unfortunately, is a miss against Henderson.
Okay. And then the second blast is here.
That is a hit against Anderson.
Okay. So then her D10 plus. Does she get the proficiency bonus added to damage? That's not how that works, right?
No.
D10 plus 3, so 13.
Nice.
Oh, nice 30. Okay. So this third one like strikes a square in the chest, and she vibrates a little. You don't hear any explosion. You don't hear a cough with pain, but she's looking really, really fucking scared. Like she just wants all this to stop.
Okay.
You can make it stop.
And I will. She's gonna take. She's gonna take the rest of her movement and try and hide somewhere. So she's gonna go back in this little hidey hole. Doop.
All right.
Okay. Let's move over here.
So as Kerry goes over to Hare, digit 3006 will pop out of her sleeve and just look at the situation and just go, "Hello, danger, danger."
You need to kill the lady in the center.
Hello, danger. All right. So they're going to move up. Five, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 5, 15, 20, 25, 30. They dashed to get there. Right, it's Sneed's turn. Oh wait, hold on. Move any of them lot down there. Fucking hell. 5, 10.
Jack, could you do me a favor when you get a second, please? Could you just put a 20-foot radius on Anderson so I know where the silence is?
Yeah, of course.
Thank you.
The spiritual weapon now comes with a silencer.
There we go. Alright, Sneed. He is currently 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. He is going to use his... He's got a multi-attack. He's going to use his slimy sword. Shit, fucking hell. This bloody nose of mine.
Bless you.
Oh dear. No, he's going to use his creepy glare and then make one of attacks with his slimy sword.
That's the +3.
Thanks. Jack's internet.
Wondered
It's-
what all the radio silence was about.
It's fun though, right? Because I've never really played Sorcerer. I've never played Warlock, so like I've got to manage all these other things I don't know.
Just thrown in at the deep end there.
I'm gonna try and
Coping magnificently.
appreciate it. I'm gonna have to add this as an attack. Oh, that's
I suppose I take this opportunity to get a drink.
that Agnes has been in the tent with Varys this whole time.
I'll take a bow wow.
She was taken prisoner, right?
Uh-huh.
She was dragged all the way here. We have to save her.
I mean, you can tell yourselves that I don't even know where I am at the moment, so it's.
You don't even know.
He's Anderson in disguise.
I mean, Agnes is pretty short. Anderson is pretty tall, so I'm probably not.
Like it's two of you stacked on one of top of each other. Is Anderson wearing a trench coat by any chance?
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Joe Pricks, can you make a wisdom saving throw, please?
I surely can. Hopefully a successful one.
Okay, so you see Sneed coming up to you with a very disgruntling look in his eyes. Where he's like biting on his lip and he's just like drooling and it's just slimy all over. It's awful. However, there is a magical effect that seems to be emanating from him that you are able to overcome. And then with that, he swings his sword at you, which is laced with what you could only assume to be his own body odor and just general sweat.
Nom nom.
16 to hit you.
Meets it. I've got an AC of 16.
Okay, so that is 10 points of bludgeoning. Sorry, not bludgeoning. That's going to be slashing. And 12 acid damage.
22. Woo-hoo-hoo.
Ignore what I'm about to do, please. I'm just making sure.
Can you make a Constitution saving throw, please?
I can.
That 20 would have been nice, Cora.
Wasted! I'm trying to figure out why it did.
Sound good.
Oh. The acid that splashes out onto you burns, and then, unbeknownst to yourself, part of that acid seeps through to your skin into your bloodstream. And instantly you feel sick.
Uh-oh.
You are not poisoned, but an effect has taken a hold of you.
Okay.
Okay.
You're a lizard, Harry.
You're a lizard, Harry. I'm a what?
I think you want me to not spit on you from now on. I'm not sure you ever did, but just in case you did.
If you ever get a cold, don't sneeze on me, please.
Alright, so these two are going to chase after Kerry. Uh, 5, 10.
Can I swing at one of them?
25, 30. Yep.
I will
5,
hit him with
10,
my staff because I do not have Warcaster.
20.
14 to hit.
15, 20, 25, 30. They have got... They're not New Order Footman, they're New Order Fighter. Hold up. Where did they go?
Orcus is regretting his action. A wizard's reaction is not to be used on opportunity attacks.
No, their AC is higher than 14, unfortunately.
Definitely bad Vorkus.
So you swing, however, it just bounces off their chainmail armor. Yeah, he'll be there. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Alright, so the New Order fighters. There's going to be 3 attacks on Kerry. 14, 17. What's Kerry's AC?
18.
Okay, so all 3 of them miss. Okay, there's going to be 2 attacks on Vorkus. 21 and 11.
21 hits, 11 misses.
8 slashing damage against you. Oh, fucking hell. Right, 2 attacks on Lisma. Oh, natural 20.
Well, obviously the second one hits.
So that'd be 11 slashing damage against you, Lisma.
Okay, cool.
Alright, yeah, I believe that's all of them, except for these guys. 2 guys that Lisma spoke... Yeah, the 2 guys that Lisma spoke with briefly, they're rushing upwards. They're going to split up. Oh, they're rushing. Alright, it's MacGyver's turn. He's just going to rush. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. They'll be there. They'll be there. Alright, it's Shala's turn. So she's going to focus on the target in front of her. She's going to make 2. She's going to make 2 great axe attacks against you, and they are going to be reckless attacks.
This is why a wizard's reaction is not to be used on opportunity attacks.
13 and 18.
First one misses, second one hits. Just.
That's 4 slashing damage, minimum damage. And with that, then she's going to move here. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Get up to Bark. Right, Lisma, it's your turn.
Okay, so I'm gonna slash at the guy that hit me.
Yep.
Well, that missed. And I will go again.
Yep. So you bring the longsword down, and he just headbutts you, like not hurting you, but dazing you to the point where you miss. The second one, however, you just steal your senses and bring your down sword into him. Go ahead and roll damage. Is it one-handed or two-handed?
One hand. It's meant to be 1d8, so I'm not sure why it's done 2 there. Hang on. I'm just going to roll
the slashing is 1d10. The one on the left, that's the one-handed damage. So you did 5 points of damage there.
Oh, the 1d8 was 5.
Yeah. So you did 5 points of slashing damage. So you cut into it. Oh! And he takes a couple of steps backwards as he continues to engage you in swordplay. Okay.
That's my turn.
At the top of the round. Energy starts lashing around the ritual. It doesn't appear to have proceeded, But now that the ritual has been disrupted because no more words can be spoken aloud, it seems to be reacting very violently. Part of the energy shoots out from there, past Varys into the tent behind him, which immediately bursts into flames. There is a minor, compressed, almost force explosion, which blows a humanoid body out from the center of the tent. She goes about 5-10 feet before landing in the water. Oh, not the tent.
Yeah.
Before landing in the water, her binds currently have been burned away from that explosion. Agnes, you blink, look up to see a mass battle happening.
This is the best luck that's happened to us for a long time.
Restraints burnt away, or she never had any restraints because she wasn't a prisoner and she's working with the New Order.
No, she had restraints that just got burned away by the lashing out of energy.
I mean, listen, just because she had on
4%.
restraints doesn't mean she was a prisoner.
Well, exactly.
This is
I'm
true.
just saying. I don't know
It
what
can be
she
very
bears for doing.
complicated.
I mean, she is a bard.
She is a bard.
Also true.
She was working a corner. I don't know.
The ritual has currently stunted. And Anderson, I'm going to have her do a perception check. Alright. So she's frantically shaking her head, no, 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 no. Not being able to say anything, but she's making every kind of wild gesture she can to say no, 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 sort of thing. Bark, it's your turn.
Doke. Bark has Zayla right in front of her, right in front of him, and is going to be quite angry at this fact and rage.
Alright.
And then he is going to. Do they get reckless attack at level 2?
Reckless attack is just a thing he can choose to use.
Yeah, so he will indeed use reckless attack. Bringing his Morning Star. So a 28 to hit.
That'll certainly hit. So he
Sorry,
strikes.
no, actually, 26 to hit.
Yeah, he strikes this dwarven woman across the face with 6 points of damage. She spits
Plus
and
rage
grabs.
damage, so it would be an extra 2 points of damage. Sorry, I hadn't ticked the box.
Yep, that's fine. So.
And then he will swing again with his Morning Star for a 14 to hit.
A 14 will not hit her, unfortunately.
Okay, well, she will not take another 8 damage then.
She brunts the damage and just brunts the Morning Star and just throws it off of her.
And I think that's it for Art. I don't think there's anything else he can do with bonus actions, nothing cool, nothing funky. So no, that's it. That's all he'll do.
Okay. Joe Pricks, you're up.
So Joe Pricks is going to obviously be quite nervous. He's down to like nothing. He just took that sword attack. I think he's just gonna make just a little bit of room from Sneed without provoking an opportunity attack and cast polymorph on himself and go giant ape.
Okay.
In a bit of
All right, I see
desperation.
that.
Ape shit.
Ape shit. Yep.
Ooh.
Exactly. So I'll put it in the chat.
Oh, there's join corn.
Yes.
I got told off.
You can call him Jonathan.
Oh, and isn't that disturbed?
Yeah.
Do you have the giant ape stats available, Chet?
I have another tab. Do you need it?
Oh, well, I can give you what I can do is I can just give you Kenny's a giant ape stats or journal even.
Should be AC 12, 157 hit points, 40 speed, 40 climb. Yeah, I should be able to. You see, let me see if this. I'm just going to roll this to see if this works. Did that work? Yeah, that should work. I've got it open in D&D Beyond.
Pull up your D&D Beyond and then click on features and traits, and then it should throw some things into this one.
Okay. It went to GM, Jack. Does that work well enough, or do you want me to do it differently?
Oh no! Okay. Yeah, sorry. You made the attack. Yes. 12.
Well, I don't have an attack. I was just trying it as a test because I think this.
Oh yeah. No, I got it.
That's my action. So.
Yeah.
But does that work?
Joe Briggs immediately. Yeah, that works. Yeah. So okay. Joe Briggs immediately gets hairy. Gets bigger, and he just goes. And Sneed just goes, "Oh, fuck me." Right. Varys sees you, Agnes, and is electing to ignore you for now and focusing on what's happening with Anderson. He is going to cast Dispel Magic on Anderson. He will do it at the highest level that he can, which will be 5th. So that will take out your silence spell, Cora. And I'm going to have him do a spell casting check against the effect that's happening in the center at the moment. Actually, no, he needs to roll a fucking D100, so. Oh, no!
Amplifies all the magic, and the silence fills the entire room.
Oh, jeez.
Shut up, Rich. Stop giving him ideas.
There are 2 magical effects in there at the moment that he was attempting to dispel. The exact opposite happens to the both of them. So the silence... Oh. Dispel magic. He's trying to get rid of the silence. The exact opposite of getting rid of the silence happens. So it makes it more silent. Fucking hell. Oh, mate. Okay, I can think of 4 possible solutions here. I'm going to roll. 1. Okay, so the silence area expands by another 20 feet. And as for the ritual, trying to stop the ritual. Yeah, I suppose the only logical thing is that he helps the ritual continue.
Even though it was a verbal component.
This is one of those, this is one of those really, really weird things where he's trying to stop the ritual, but the exact opposite of trying to stop the ritual happens. Now, how would you rule that?
I personally would say that it forces silence to drop, because if one, I think, right, if he's forcing the ritual to continue, the only way to get that to happen is silence being gone.
No. He's trying to force the ritual to stop.
Right.
Oh, to stop.
We don't know why, but he's trying to stop it.
Oh, well. Yeah.
So then, in my mind, the only logical thing that can happen is that it will continue and and get a boost. Silence will not stop because or
if it just starts back up again because it was halted.
Yeah. So silence was already in effect.
Yeah.
So
does he
the
have
exact
to
opposite of
Does he have to make a check to see if he can do that on that ritual?
Well, no. He rolled a D100.
Yeah.
You are right, though. You are right.
If it doesn't take any effect, that would make it easier.
Yeah.
I am confusing myself at the moment, so
I've already gone
We jacked
cross-eyed.
that 20.
So,
I have to read the very specific rules of the God of Opposites right at the moment.
Flippy floppy.
Okay, so yeah, so he will continue. He will need to make a contested spellcasting check. Where are you, Varys? That will succeed against what's happening there. So, yeah, so the way I'm going to rule it is that silence is expanded and the ritual is jumped forward one phase. And Varys is now cursing silently, and he takes a few steps back out of the silence.
Just before it gets to my turn, so I can be thinking.
Yeah.
So my silence is in effect, but now it is no longer doing what it was done. So that dispel magic negated what my silence did. It didn't negate the silence area. It just negated what it was doing.
Yes. Yeah, so basically the dispel magic tried to get rid of the silence, but the exact opposite of what happens. The silence spell is still in effect. So if it was the silence spell being casted and the exact opposite would happen, it would in fact just be really, really loud in that area. But because the silence spell is already in effect, instead of getting rid of it, it just makes more of it. So I'm ruling that the silence spell expands to 40 feet instead of 20 feet.
Okay. But it will have no effect on stopping the ritual. That's what I wanted to.
Well, no. The ritual itself is still being halted, but the dispel magic forced it to jump forward by one phase.
Okay. All right. Perfect. Thank you.
The silence is still in effect. All
yeah,
right.
my brain definitely was confused.
Yeah, my brain was. This is how I'm trying to figure it out in my own head, because recipe for disaster, this guy. Recipe for disaster.
There's always going to be a lot of interpretation, I feel.
Yeah. All right, so this guy here is going to continue his attack against you, Zurich. 9 and 13, both of them miss.
Yeah.
Right, this guy here is going to shoot at the giant ape. Those 22.
They both hit.
10 and 16.
16 damage.
So if you have your full hit points, Colossus Slayer does not take effect.
Right.
Alright, it is Sawyer's turn.
Do I have to make a...
Yes, you do have to make 2 Constitution saving throws, yes.
Okay. Let me just... I'm going to put it in the chat because I don't have a way of tallying. So 16 points, so 157.
It'll be 2 DC 10 Constitution checks. Or saving throws even.
I'm just going to put this in 141 at this point, and I'll do 2 con. Now, for con, I'm using the Apes con, I'm assuming, right?
Yes, you would be, yeah.
Okay. I'll do... I don't know how to do the con save. He's got a con of 18. They're not proficient, right?
Yet.
So it's just going to be
Are you proficient?
+4.
Yeah, just
I am, but I don't know how that would work with the ape.
No, because you literally become the ape, including all of
the ape. Yeah, that makes sense.
Hold on.
It should work like this. Make sure that it works. Let's see. Okay. And that goes to you, right?
Yeah, that's right. So yeah, they're both successes, so you maintain concentration.
Good.
Okay, so yeah. He is gonna move up here. He's gonna see what Varys is doing. He's gonna rush in there, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. He's going to try and grab Anderson and pull her away. Unfortunately, he cannot shift Anderson away from that location at the moment. Vorkris, you're up.
Ruling. if I am concentrating on a spell with a verbal component, do I need to keep muttering to myself to concentrate on it?
No. You've casted the spell. You just maintain concentration.
Happy days. Then I take one step backwards to remove myself from the silence.
So you get one opportunity attack.
Indeed.
5.
That is a miss. And I will then Misty Step as close to the centre as I can get, which is there.
Are you going to appear in? Can you roll a d100 for me?
Oh, yes. Maybe I didn't think that as through as I thought I did. 45.
The spell takes place as normally.
Ooh, interesting. Okay. Then I will use another 5 feet of movement, and I will grab her with my vampiric touch.
Okay. Are you making a grapple attack or an actual attack?
No, actual attack, vampiric touch, which I'm still
Okay. Roll another d100 for me, please.
Certainly. 53.
Okay.
Oh,
So
no.
go ahead and make the attack roll, please.
18 to hit.
Right. So that will hit her. And instead of doing necrotic damage, you do radiant like bursts against her.
Uncool.
And you can almost feel the essence of your life force transfer over to her. So how much? Well, that's 15. So you transfer. So you will lose 7 hit points, and they go into Anderson.
You bitch.
So it doesn't just change the damage type; it changes.
Yeah,
Oh.
it was a complete reverse of it, which makes sense. I didn't. Vampiric touch was not my initial plan, but unfortunately, my plan has a spell range of 30 feet with a verbal component, which is rather hard to cast in 40 feet of silence.
I didn't do the 40 feet, buddy. I didn't do the 40 feet. That's not on
But
me.
yeah, that's me. That's my turn.
All right. Oh, Agnes. Sorry, could you roll initiative for me now that you're outside of the tent?
Oh, I am here. I forgot.
That might work.
That's 10.
She's-
So you'll actually go before Zillick, so that's good. Not for 0 though.
Sorry, she
All
still
right,
rolled
so-
to GM because I was testing something earlier and didn't want to completely give the game away that Agnes was coming back, even though I think everyone already.
That's
I
fine.
didn't even know,
All right.
so it's fine.
Okay, so Cora, it's your turn.
Oh, okay. When when Anderson was shaking her head, would I have, like, obviously she was trying to do the whole ritual anyway, but would I have gotten anything from, like, oh shit, this is even worse, like I'm super scared of what's going to happen, or like completely I have no idea?
Make an insight check.
Is that going to waste my action?
I'll call this your free action.
Okay.
You take a moment to think to yourself about what's happening right now and the effects. Anderson is clearly not in control of her body, even her mouth anymore. The silence spell has halted the continuation of the ritual. And literally the moment after that, the violent vibrations and rumblings from the mountain began. You get the feeling that Anderson thinks that stopping the ritual early is bad.
I mean, I wish I even knew what to do with that, because letting the ritual go forth is bad. Stopping it early is even worse than that. I don't know.
Well, I'll just remind you, Anderson initially called out that she believes that this was the ritual to open the magical barrier to the inside of Greyhelm. And then, as the ritual began, you get it became quickly clear that something else was part of this ritual that she clearly didn't understand. Now, she doesn't understand what is really going on, but she seems to have the understanding that stopping the ritual early would potentially be worse than allowing the ritual to continue, even though she doesn't know what exactly the fucking ritual's doing at the moment.
All right. Well, while I process that, I'm going to have my spiritual weapon attack that guy near Zurich.
I still have your initiative, Chet, so don't worry about that.
Thank you.
I can still see you. Oh, that's it.
Sweet.
So, ooh, what is that, 13 force damage? Yeah. No, 16 plus 5. 21 points of force damage. So, what is your spiritual weapon again?
It's a mace.
Right. So the mace cracks the leg of the ranger beside Zurich to the point where he falls prone. He's still in the fight, but you know I give him half movement from now on.
Okay. I am going to move it right here. And well, I think while I contemplate what I need to do, I'm going to take the dodge action. Is there any place here that I can hide, like any cubby holes that I can hide from Shella? But that would take an action anyway, so I'll just dodge.
Yeah. Okay. Right, Agnes, you're up.
Being completely confused with what is going on, who is where, who's on our team, who's not. I don't know what's going on, but I see that Kerry needs help.
Yes.
I'm gonna come over here.
Half of us also don't look like ourselves either. So
Yeah, like I don't know some people. I don't know where other people are. I don't know what's going on. So I'm just gonna over here and try and stab this middle guy.
All right. Ooh. Yeah, as Kerry is like being back to this alleyway, these three guys like coming up to her with their swords and go, "Come here, little girlie," and they don't even notice you. Just glide up behind them, and you just grab the guy's throat and just grab the guy's shoulder and just pierce the rapier from the back of his neck, out through his mouth. You withdraw, and he collapses down to the ground dead before you even realise what has happened.
And I'm gonna just say to Kerry, "Kill him like that! Kill him like that!" and cast Bardic Inspiration on her.
Okay. So Kerry is inspired. All right, Zurich, you're up.
Dear. Yeah, I'll go for the same ranger who's down on the floor.
Okay. That is a hit. As he's like reaching his hand out, was going you just shove the spear through his back, twist, and he ceases to move. You're literally executing while he's on the floor.
Seeing there's a lot up the top, I'm going to move up as well.
Okay.
To there. And then take a swing at him.
Yep. Your red flame blade, does that require a verbal component?
No, it's just somatic.
That's good to know.
Yeah.
Cool. Alright, so yeah, that's definitely a hit. As this guy's like charging forward, just trying to see what's coming out, he doesn't see you come up behind him. You just jump and shove the spear through his like clavicle area, and you just like force him down onto the ground, and he doesn't get up again.
Wait there for whatever's coming.
Okay. Kerry. It's Kerry's turn.
Crap. I gotta read again what the hell Dream Snatcher does. She needs to activate that, right? Is that a bonus action? As an action, you can cast sleep once. All right, so I'm going to have her. I think Misty step over here
Yep.
and say, "Hi, Agnes." And then she's going to use her Eldritch Blast again. First one is going to be on that guy, please.
Okay.
And I think I did this right. So that'll be 12 points of damage on him.
Okie dokie. Yeah, so you blast him backwards into the tent that is over there. The tent collapses underneath him. He doesn't get up again.
Okay. I'm going to send one over to her.
All right.
I don't want to mess Orcus up.
Orcus is pretty messed up already.
No, I don't want you to. Ah, shit. I don't want to push her, so I'm going to keep the repelling blast off of it. All right, so I need to roll for an attack anyway. So it missed.
Yep, so as you fire the Eldritch Blast, it just, once it enters into that area, it just veers off like a spiraling vortex of water and just shoots up into the air and then fizzles out.
Okay. And I think she'll stay. Yeah, I think she'll stay here.
Okay. It's the footman's turn. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Oh, I forgot about sneak attack on that guy.
Alright, so these 4 New Order footmen here, they are gonna all aim at the giant ape.
Think you're a threat?
Alright, so 1, 2, 3, and 4. 2 natural 20s.
Wow. Yeah, 2 hit. Obviously natural 20s.
Alright, minimum damage, so that's 4 points of damage on the first one, and for 6 points of damage on the second one. Can you make 2 DC 10 con saves, please?
Absolutely.
All good. And no, the spell fails.
No!
And Joprix returns to being his regular self.
150-pound Joprix. Oh, no. The sheepish look at Sneed.
It is Sneed's turn.
Uh-oh.
That was poor timing.
Yes, it was.
Sneed is... Can't say anything at the moment. Zurich, can you make a wisdom saving throw, please, as this guy stares creepily at you? That is a fail, and you fail by more than 5. And as this guy sticks at you, stares at you, you just get this very uncomfortable premonition of all manners of horrible things this man might want to do to you. And in that precise moment, you feel a presence that overwhelms you, and you are paralyzed. until the end of Sneed's next turn. So, utilising that, seeing as how you're paralysed, he's going to charge up to you and attack you at advantage with his slimy sword. 23. I believe.
Yeah, I've only got
You're
9.
paralysed.
It's auto.
Yeah, I believe that as you're paralysed, it's an automatic crit. So, so that is going to be 10, 14, 1, 2, 3, 17 slashing damage and 14 acid damage. And can you make a Constitution saving throw, please? You make the save. Despite in your paralysed state, your body is able to resist what the slimy sword does and just throw off the negative effect. Okay. Right, so 5, 10, 15, 5, 10, 15, 5, 10. Lismo, you will have an opportunity attack.
100% going to take that. Does 18 hit?
That's a hit. That's definitely a hit. Roll damage. Alright, so utilising this guy's lack of concentration, you rush forward and you cut into him to the point where he screams out in agony and starts limping away, but he's on his last legs and he rushes over to Cora. Okay, so Lisma, you will be getting 3 attacks. 19.
Yep, 19 hits.
So you deflect the blows of 2 of them. However, the third one comes up behind you, slashes you across the back, dealing 2 damage.
Okay.
Your armor catches most of it. Cora, you're going to get 1 attack. At disadvantage. 6. You out of the way. And Agnes, you're going to get 1 attack. 17.
Yeah.
You take 2 slashing damage. Minimum damage. Wow. And these guys are steadily and assuredly getting closer. That's all they can do. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Okay, yep. Alright, it's that MacGyver's turn, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 5, 10, 15, 20. This is where he gets to. Okay, it is Shella's turn. Shella will continue her assault against Bark at advantage because he used Reckless.
Yep.
20 and 22.
That also hits.
So this will be half because he's raging. So 6 and 2. So 8 points of damage in total.
Barely
Right.
blinches.
Alright, Lismer, it's your turn.
Awesome. Alright, I'm gonna first attack this guy with a longsword. I assume that hits.
Oh yeah. So this is the guy that just cut you in the back. You spin around and chop his head off in one fell swoop.
Nice. Then I'll go for this guy.
Yep. The guy looks intimidated that his friend's just had his head cut off. It's like, oh, ah! He just brings up his shield to try and protect himself. That's a hit roll damage. You bash the sword away with one strike, and you bring down another, which cuts into his chainmail and gives him a massive gouge across his chest. He falls over backwards and bleeds out.
And then I'm going to whack this guy with my shield,
Okay.
screaming as I do it.
Ah! That's another hit.
That's just straight 4 damage.
Straightforward. So you basically, in that Val moment, you bring the shield up as he's coming towards you, and you just, you get the feeling you just broke his nose with the shield, and now his face is bleeding.
Fantastic. Let's see. Do I want to do anything else? I am going to use Second Wind to get some health back.
Okay. All right. So top of the round. Bark, Lisma, Agnes, and Cora. You guys are closest to it. You will definitely notice that the mountain itself of Greyhelm, specifically the rocky area up here, there's dust clouds forming. And you can get the feeling that it might be a landslide, it might be something else, you cannot tell, but something's happening up there.
Over here.
Oh, over on the side.
Up here.
I can't see the thing.
Look all the way at the top of the map.
Okay. Yep. Okay.
Right, Bark.
Bark is just going to join this war of attrition with this barbarian in front of him and start swinging around with his mace. Not
Okay.
learning from his mistakes, he is also going to go reckless, yeah.
Okay.
So 17 to hit.
17 will definitely hit, so you strike her across the face with 13 damage.
And again, 16 to hit.
That will also hit for another 8 damage. She brings it into her gut and she sort of keels over a little bit, and now she's looking quite hurt, actually.
I can do this all day. I am Barkman.
Accurate.
Right. You notice that the flames in the center are vibrating horribly, like flickering in and out of existence. It looks like the ritual is about to fail. Joe Pricks, you're up.
Joe Pricks is not going to win any war of attrition, so Joe Pricks is going to take the dodge action, and he's going to go
disengage and move away if you want.
I thought about that. I think I'm going to take dodge.
Okay.
And I am going to move away. It's just that they're going to be at disadvantage when I do it. So my plan is to get to this area between the tents.
Okay.
So basic to get that fails. That misses, I should say.
And 6 from the New Order fighter.
Okay, I'm gonna get up there. And then I think that was 25 feet, and then I'm just going to take an extra 5 to get next to this dead body.
Okay.
And on the way, I'm going to say, be right with you, Zurich.
So you are now out of the silence range, so you can start casting spells again.
Yep.
All right. It is Varys' turn. Varys is very upset with what's happening. Just need to read up on silence to see if they can hear anything outside of the silence. Pass through. Yeah, they're deafened, so nobody can hear anything inside there. But Varys calls out, MacGyver! Sawyer! Get her out of there now! And then he is going to spin round to Kerry. He is going to cast He's going to cast Blink on himself. And with that, he doesn't have any bonus actions that he can utilize, so he's going to roll a d20. And he flits out of existence. It is the ranger's turn, so one of them is dead. This guy here, he's going to take 2 shots at you, Vorkris, because you're closest.
Seems reasonable.
However, he is going to try and hunter's mark you. So he's going to roll a d100 first. Spell works normally.
God damn it.
And 24.
The second one hits, first one misses.
Okay. So that's 11 piercing damage plus 6 hunter's mark damage
No need for that.
plus another
What?
2 Colossus Slayer damage.
Okay.
So that's 19 damage in total, and you maintain concentration. And yeah, okay, so it's Sawyer's turn. Sawyer is going to continue with his action. And he's going to provide the help action to MacGyver. Now, this guy who's running up there, this bald-headed fella, he is built like a fucking barn. He is probably, think 90s X-Men built. Like, he is just loaded with muscles. And he's look like he's going to grab Anderson and just pull her out of there. So Sawyer's going to provide the help action for that. Vorkris, you're up.
So Vorkris is still looking at his hands in shock, looking at the horrible good magic that came out of them while he gets praised by some fucking ranger bastard, and he's just gonna stagger backwards.
Sawyer will not take an opportunity attack.
I am appreciative. That's as far as I can get, and then he's just gonna use a command word to send firebolt, but then as he says it, nothing happens, and that's kind of Vorkris, and he's fucked. That's Vorkris' go.
Yeah. Right, Cora, you're up.
I looked at my spell list. I don't have a single spell without a verbal component. Not one. Not a cantrip. Not a completely non-useful spell. I just can't do a single thing.
I think. All right. Well, I'm going to smack her. How hurt does she look, Anderson?
Anderson, she's looking quite hurt, actually.
I think I'm going to Varys has these two trying to pull her out of there, right?
Yeah.
I think I'm going to try and smack her with the... No, I'm gonna smack MacGyver with the spiritual weapon.
Alrighty then, make an attack roll. The reason why the spiritual weapon can... Actually, no! Can you roll D100 for me, please?
Doesn't it make a melee attack?
Yeah. So...
Because it's not being cast again, right?
No, that's right. However, in the same press set, it's any... Oh, how will the spiritual weapon work? Okay, so instead of MacGyver... Well, no, it can target MacGyver, but it will suddenly shoot up into the air and turn into a crossbow bolt, which fires forward for a ranged spell attack instead.
Okay.
but it's still 11 to hit anyway. So
Okay.
I believe, 11 will miss. So
Okay.
MacGyver just sees this coming, and he just catches the spiritual weapon in midair and almost crushes it, but then throws it away from himself. This guy's Bill.
Okay. Is it a free action to drop concentration on something?
Yes. Well, it's not even a free action. It's just something you do.
Okay.
You just stop concentrating on something.
All right. I'm going to think back to the vision that my gods or whoever gave me, and remember that this going forth is bad, but I don't know. I don't know. I'm gonna, because I can always recast it. I'm gonna drop silence because that's an awfully big range. And then I am going to cast.
Okay.
Yeah. And you. Okay. I'm going to cast prayer mass healing word at
Alrighty then.
4th level.
Okay.
So this will give 15 points of healing to Joprix, Lismer, Vorkris, Xeric, Bark if he needs it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
It's okay, to be fair. He hasn't taken much.
Okay. I mean,
looks
it's
pretty healthy.
still a radius, so he can take
Okay.
15 regardless. And
And
I
he will
don't think
take 8.
any of my other friends are in range. Okay.
Not on the verge of death. Good. Thank you.
Welcome. That was a bonus
Feel a lot
action
better now.
choice. So I still have an action. So I am going to use Sacred Flame on the guy in front of me, please.
Go on her, you do the best magic.
So he will be
Dex save from him.
Dex save, yep.
14. So yeah. So the holy flame erupts beneath him, and you just see him go "Ah!" as he just crumbles into a charred holy corpse on the ground.
Okay. Yeah. 20. I'm gonna move over here by these guys. That's my turn. Thank you.
Alright, so as soon as the silence spells drops, once again that otherworldly voice is emanating from Agnes's mouth, and the ritual seems to refluctuate and get back on
To
track.
Agnes now?
It is Agnes now. Yeah.
Sorry,
No,
I generally thought you said Agnes, not Anderson.
No.
That's fine. I knew it was Anderson.
Kerry, there is nothing underworldly coming out of my mouth, just to assure you. It is words, I promise.
I mean, but Carrie probably wouldn't care. She's got that Dendar. She's like, Dendar, is that
I've heard her sing.
I'm going to stab Rich in the face. I'm going to stab this guard with the rapier.
Yep.
23.
That definitely hit. Roll damage.
It was 6, and sneak does apply.
Oh yeah.
Grace is officially stabbed.
No, sneak attack doesn't apply, doesn't it?
Yes, no, because it's the swashbuckler one.
Oh yes.
1-on-1, she still gets it.
That's right. So yeah, so this guy, he brings his sword overhead, just brings it down to you. You spin around the spot and just get down on one knee and shove, thrust upwards and pierce him through his chin up into his brain, and just withdraw, and he just falls to the floor.
I'm going to come and move over
Carrie
here.
sees this and thinks to herself, "Wow, she's gotten better."
I'm going to come over here and be like, Kerry, what's going on?
I think that's
I don't
funny.
know. I don't know. Jopi's just started blowing people up.
Guard's bad?
would have
You-
went
you-
good.
Agnes, you know this is the new order, so
Because I don't actually know
Agnes'
any of
best
the,
friends.
because I don't know any of the people, and obviously we've got new party members, and like she wouldn't know anything. She's just like, I'm going for the guards. It'll be fine.
okay. Zurich, it's your turn.
Am I still paralyzed?
Has
Does healing
No,
restore
Sneed-
anything like that?
Sneed has not taken his action yet, so you are still paralyzed until the end of his turn. That's right. Oh, and Joe Pricks, I forgot to mention, as the mass healing word washes over you, the effect inside your bloodstream at the moment locks up, and you do not receive any healing whatsoever.
Oh,
What?
womp womp.
And I believe the same to you, Zurich, as well. Wait, no, you resisted it, so
Aye.
don't mind me. Don't mind me. So yes, you are still paralyzed.
Jack,
So I didn't.
We very much mind you.
So unfortunately, Zurich
down
cannot
to
do
2.
anything. So it is Kerry's turn.
Sorry, that's me. Um. She is going to put repelling blast on this now that she's not in it. So repelling blast. Right at Anderson. She's gonna do 1 Eldritch Blast.
Right, roll a d100 for me. Spell functions as normally. 15 will hit, striking Anderson. And she like bounces back and forth. So you did repelling blast is where she's pushed 10 feet away, right?
Yep.
Okay.
So in a straight line. So she would go. Oh, that's not what I mean.
So as she is blasted away from the site itself, black tendrils seem to become visible, wrapping around her legs, almost elasticating her. I want you to roll a spellcasting check for me to see if you can overcome these tendrils.
So just straight charisma check then.
Yes.
Oh.
And with that power, you snap the tendrils.
Nice. Okay.
And Anderson falls down to the ground. She gets her
Go
head
ahead.
up. She gets her head up. And she, with the wide eyes of fear, she shouts, "Everyone, run!"
Well, Carrie's cool like that. She's going to send her second blast over to her anyway. So, second blast of Eldritch Blast. Did anything happen to the circle when she was pushed out of it, or is she not fully out of that, like, perimeter of where the flames are yet?
Yeah, the flames are beginning to fluctuate, and this you can actually tell that there's some cracks beginning to appear in the exact center of the of the ritual, in the concrete stone itself.
Okay. That's the second one. So not the crit because she didn't have advantage.
Not the crit. Yeah, so 90. So yeah, it's.
I need to roll the D100. I don't know if she's in that perimeter or not?
No. That's no longer in effect now.
Okay.
So that's another 13 points of force damage against her. So you get Anderson gets blasted again, and she's pushed another 10 feet away that way. Okay. This is the New Order's footmen's turn.
She's just going to take her movement and dash over here. As a cunning action, she can? Okay.
Okay. So the New Order footmen continue to make their way upwards.
So they've completely ignored what Anderson has said and just moved up anyway.
There's just a large mass of unknown happening at the moment.
I don't even know if they follow really Anderson or if they are Varys. I don't even know what the hell they're doing.
2 points of authority.
Kerry is going to get 2 longbow attacks from the New Order footmen. So I believe they both miss. Mm-hmm. Agnes will get 1, and Zurich will get 1 at advantage.
Won't it be? It's only melee attacks are advantage, aren't they?
Oh yeah, you are absolutely right. So just a single attack then. So Agnes and Zurich.
Mine hits.
Is it 8?
So you take 8 piercing damage. Yes.
That's a miss.
All right. So Sneed is going to stare over at Lisma. Can you make a wisdom saving throw, please, Lisma, as he stares at you with this creepy ass look? That is a fail. 1, 2, 3, 4. Not by more than 5, however, so that's good. So you are frightened of Sneed. As this creepy ass look, you're like, oh, don't get that guy, don't get anywhere near me, Jesus Christ, or whatever gods you would pray to.
Whichever one will give me magic.
Probably Solinari then. Okay, so you're just frightened of Sneed at the moment. And Sneed is then going to apply his slimy sword on Zurich. 19. Does 19 get you?
Yeah, it's advantage 19.
You don't need to make another concentration. Oh yes, you do actually, but that's a save. That is a save. Actually, no, you don't, because once you resist it, you're immune to it for 24 hours, so you don't need to make another save. You will, however, take 12, 16 plus 26. So 16 points of slashing damage and 26 points of acid damage.
26 plus 16.
Yes.
So minus 19 off that.
Holy mackerel!
I'm on 3 HP.
Ooh. As he cuts this sword into you, which is the most disgusting, ill-prepared sword you've ever seen, and the burning sensation is awful. And he just goes, "Does it hurt? Oh, I hope it does."
Oh, you just wait till my go. I've got something.
However, you are no longer paralysed. New Order's fighter, and now the New Order, that one there is going to continue engaging you, Lisma. 7. That is a miss. This one here is going to run up to you, Vorkris. Natural 1. The vampire, like you're trying to cast fireball over and over and over again, not even recognizing this guy coming up to you. And then at that precise moment where the silence comes down, it works, and you blow the sword out of his hands. Ah! The other New Order fighters will cease their advancement as one by one they all begin to look up. MacGyver is going to rush on over to Anderson. He's going to brush it down and basically be like, Anderson, wrong. Seems to not speak correctly. But he's spending his action checking in on Anderson. Shella is going to disengage. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. That's her turn.
Does
Lisma,
Ark
you're
get
up.
an opportunity attack?
Because he disengaged. She disengaged.
Oh, duh.
So if I'm frightened, I'm just frightened of Sneed, aren't I?
You're frightened of Sneed. Whilst you can see Sneed, all attack rolls are at disadvantage, and you can't willingly get closer to Sneed.
Okay. That is fine. Well, I'm going to try and get rid of this guy in front of me.
Make an attack roll at disadvantage.
How a disadvantage roll again.
16 is just a hit against him. Oh, wait, no, 9, that is miss. Hey.
Disadvantage.
Okay, second attack to try again.
Yep.
That's a shame.
11, unfortunately, is also a miss. He just brings up his own shield and just deflects both of the blows from you.
Okay, then I'll try and whack him with my own shield.
Okay. 16
Damn.
and 11. Yeah, you just lock shields with it and you just push against each other. This guy's, he's small fry, but that Sneed is just creeping you the fuck out. It's throwing you off your own game.
Really is. Really is. Right, that's my turn.
Alright. And at the top of the round, the flames blow up in a 10-foot radius. As they do, you can see Sawyer and MacGyver get quite burned by this.
I'm glad I left.
This New Order fighter and this New Order fighter gets blown down by the explosions, as does this one and this one. And at that precise moment, there is a massive crack that goes across the centre of the stone depiction. Above you, Cora, Lisma, Jawbricks, Bark, and Vorkris, there is another sound of a it's like something has broken. It is Bark's turn.
Mark is going to be mildly concerned at all the noisy things going on. But first things first. So he's going to run forward and he's going to take a swing at that guy with his Morning Star.
Yep.
Recklessly, because, he doesn't learn.
Yep.
So a 19 to hit.
Oh, that definitely hits. So as this guy's locked shields with Lisma, he goes up behind him and just caves the guy's head in. He just collapses down to the ground and just doesn't get up again.
And then he's going to carry on running, and the first person he's going to come to is Sneed, and I think he was on the corner when he saw the freaky shit Sneed was doing, so he's going to run up and start swinging for him.
Alright, make an attack roll at Sneed.
So 21 to hit.
That'll definitely hit him. So Sneed gets swacked across the face, and you see a bit of spittle like slimy spit will just hang from his nose, like a bit of snot, really.
And after throwing up, Bark will end his turn.
All right, Joe Briggs, it's your turn.
I'm assuming Sneed doesn't have to make some kind of a concentration save for these effects or anything like that.
No, because they are not spells.
Okay.
Just him being confused
Oh,
about it.
disappointing. Okay. So I think Jopix will toll the dead on Sneed, and he'll say
my
Xeric, and then toll the dead because you see Xeric get taken down nearly.
7.
7 does
So it's
not
a fail.
pass. So that's 2d12. Let's see. Oh. Nice.
Right. That's 20 points of necrotic damage, right?
Yes.
Alright, so as you all hear this gong on Sneed, he like, oh, it tickles. You get the feeling he is immune to necrotic damage.
Oh,
What in the world?
that even that being said, I can't stay put because of whatever the heck is going on above me. I'm gonna have to at least start to make my way down. 5, 10. At least start to make my way down.
Okay.
Good.
Right, it is Varys' turn. Varys, oh, I have just run out of power in my damn.
That was not. So no one can do any more magic now, and we can just bully the hell out of them.
Will this fit in there? No, it won't fit in there. I've got to get the other thing in on. Always seems to happen for the Sunday group that my mouse runs out of battery. I should probably charge it after I'm done prepping throughout the day. That might help. Okay, so Varys is going to appear from the ethereal realm because of his blink spell over here. He's going to quickly survey the area, and he's going to fire 3 Eldritch Blasts over at Cora. One, 2, and 3.
Why me?
Because he knows you. So, 20, 17, and 23?
2 of them.
Okie dokie. So that's 18 points of force damage against you.
All right.
And then once again he blinks out of existence. Alright, it is the ranger's turn. The ranger here is going to take 2 shots. Well, 1 shot at Agnes, 1 shot at Carrie. So Agnes, natural 20.
No.
Carrie, 12. Right, so that is maximum damage. That's 20 points of piercing damage against you, Agnes. Do you have all of your hit points prior to that attack?
No.
Okay, so Colossus Slayer will also take an effect. This is also doubled. So it's another 6 points of damage.
Ow.
The second arrow just flies forth and just pings off against the stone wall where Carrie is. Ting, 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 ting. Right. Sawyer is going to spin around, surveying the situation. He's going to fire 2 shots over at Bark. (14 and 22) at advantage,
22 hits.
actually. 'Cause you're right.
Okay, so the first one hits. And the second
natural
one
20
definitely hits.
Yeah, because he reckless, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
You
So
always do.
non-crit,
You always will.
8 piercing reduced to 4. And just 4 piercing damage.
I can take that. Half orc.
And he's going to maintain his position there, seemingly concerned that the stone around him is cracking. Vorkris, you're up.
Orcus is going to be most offended that some pilly little guard has dared to step in front of him, and he's going to look him straight in the eye as he reaches out and continues his vampiric touch.
Okay. So he's just blown the sword out of his hand, and he's like defenseless. So he goes, as he sees your hand coming towards him.
That's the plan. 19 to hit.
All right. So you grab him onto his face, dealing 11 points of necrotic damage, and on his face, you literally force him down onto his knees and roar out a draconic roar as you literally suck the very life out of him. So eventually, he just becomes a shriveled husk.
Slight query on this. So I have this Grim Harvest thing. So if I kill someone, I get points equal. So because it's a necrotic one, it'll be 3 times the spell's level. Is that the spell's level I cast it at, or the original spell's level?
Yes.
Awesome.
The spell that you cast it at.
That's a whole lot of health back. So half of 11 to 5, so 17 health. Thank you very much.
All right. Did you want to move anywhere?
Yes, I will do, actually. Seeing as he died, I will... I'll just start charging down here. Nobody flees from Vorkris the Mighty.
Okay. All right, Cora, it's your turn.
I'm assuming I would have noticed that my healing didn't take place on.
Yes.
Would I gather that he
You have
is
to do a medicine
poisoned
check
or something like that? I don't,
on
because
him.
of what I want to do is, if she recognized that it didn't take place. I don't want to waste a lesser restoration on him if it's not going to work.
It's a case of in the brief hot second of combat, you just notice that your healing didn't work on him for some reason.
Okay. All right. All right. So I will start with moving my weapon over and taking a shot at Sneed.
Okay. That will hit him for 13 force damage. As he just does what he does against Bark, he doesn't notice the spiritual mace just and crack him in the wrist. He spins on the spot and like clutches the side where he's been hit, and it's like bleeding through his jacket a little bit. But he's still standing.
Excellent. Then I would like to call forth my sacred flame upon him. I'm just going to yell out to my gods to save us, and I'm going to cast sacred flame on him.
15 to save, that's a fail, so he takes 13 points of radiant damage as the radiant. This hurts so good! He's still standing whilst on fire.
Did it, he said that, did it look like it hurt him the way it was supposed to hurt him?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
It's burning his flesh, yeah.
He's just a creep.
This guy's just a
All right.
fucking creepy individual.
Okay. And I'm gonna yell, I think that we have to go. I think we have to go, guys. And then I'm gonna look over and say, yes! And then I'm going to run. So 30 feet will get me over here.
In the tent.
Yeah. I'll go that way.
Okay. So you bound and literally pushed one of the tents out of your way as you go.
Yeah. Big girl coming through.
Agnes, you're up.
I'm gonna take a step over here, and I'm gonna just swap over weapons to I've got crossbow,
Yep.
and I'm gonna ready my action for when I see that absolute bastard Varys again,
Yep.
and I'm gonna go like really psych myself up and inspire myself to make sure I can get this shot and like hit him.
Okay. Right, so you're waiting for the moment Varys appears.
I do not like him.
Zurich, you're up.
Wipe the blood from my face, stare at this Sneed, and then first, I'm going to heal myself with Second Wind.
Yep.
So that's 13 back.
That's my favorite.
Ugh.
Turn the party. I'm going to try clear a way through for you, and then just go at him with my red flame blade.
Okie dokie. 21 a hit.
So the second
Wait,
damage.
Red flame blade. That's activated with a bonus action, isn't it?
No, it's just an action.
Isn't it a spell?
It's an
Oh
action.
yes.
Yeah, it's an action to do
Yeah.
the spell, but you have to make
The
a weapon.
spell gives you an attack, basically. It's
Yeah. You're right. Yeah, you're right on that one. Yeah. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's
And then
17
four.
points of damage against him.
No, the 4 carries over to this guy. The flame
Yep.
jumps through.
So he. Oh! He burns as Sneed is as you pierce him through the guts. The flame reaches outwards. He just steps backwards. Oh! You got me! And he falls down onto the ground, like just controlling trying to stem the bleeding that's coming from his body. Like he's incapacitated. He's just not dead at the moment.
So yeah, I'll just smile at him and say, "Oh, I'm not done yet." Action surge, and then stab him again.
Okay, making another attack roll at advantage. Alright, so that will hit. Okay, so I shall. So as you bring him down into his other guy, he lolls his head, his eyes into the back of his head, and his head falls onto the ground, and he just smiles.
I can't tell if he's dead or not. Is he dead then, or don't I know?
He's
wait
not
26 seconds and you'll know.
he's not moving.
Okay.
I think that means that's probably a no.
I'll move 5, 10 to there.
Okay.
So he'd have taken the 7 points from the second attack as well.
Oh yeah, so that guy is just enveloped in the flames and burns to ash.
Think you got him.
I got one of them. Yeah, that's all I'm gonna do. Yeah.
It's Kerry's turn.
Okay, so Carrie is going to dash.
I was on mute, but it was perfectly timed. I whirled with you, I promise.
I appreciate it.
Universe.
So she's going to. I can't remember. Did we put them both in the same pen? Are they both in different pens? I think we
What do
left
you
them in
mean?
different pens. The planes runners.
Oh,
They wanted to be in
in
this-
different pens.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're in different pens.
All right. So I'm going to open this one,
Okay.
and I know that she can't speak to anybody. This was the pregnant one, though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to say, you can fight or you can go, but save yourself and your baby. And then she's going to take another movement here, and
It was your action to open the
Open this-
gate for the first one, just so you know.
oh, it was a whole action.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Like it's not
Alright.
a simple like you have to undo the lock on it.
Okay. Then I will just stay here because that's all I can do.
So as Kerry says that to him, the planes man just looks at her and just goes, Alright. There's more rumbling. The New Order footmen continue to look up. Some of them back away. Drop their weapons, literally like start backing away.
Orcus is certain it's because he looks so terrifying.
That cape's a billowing in the wind.
Sneed
billows.
gets Sneed coughs up some blood. New Order fighters. They're going to take the dodge action. MacGyver is going to pick up Anderson and put her on his shoulders and just look around. Shala is going to continue moving down here.
Mark's going to shout, "Coward!" after her.
Lizmer, it's your turn.
Cool. Am I still frightened of Sneed?
Sneed's not moving on the ground.
So I'll see that now. I assume that means I wouldn't be frightened, assuming he's dead.
Yeah. He's not. You're not afraid of him anymore.
Cool. So
Welcome.
thank you. That was really annoying. Right. So, so I am gonna go over to here, and I'm gonna attack this guy here.
So that'd be a disadvantage because he took the dodge action.
Okay.
Oh, that's already a miss. So
Okay. I'll just take that as a miss then, and now I'll attack again.
Yeah. And again. Yeah, that's actually a hit.
Hey, and 10 damage.
Right. So as you rush up to him, you like slash into him. He spins around on the spot from the blade and falls down onto one knee.
So he's still alive, is he?
Yeah, he's on one knee, which is my way of saying he's got 1 HP.
Right. 13 doesn't hit, does it? Or would he not be on it?
He sees it coming, just like with his last ditch, with his last ditch of life. He just raises his own shield and just deflects your shield bash away.
That is my turn.
So. There is a loud originating from up there. And as the madness of combat continues, everybody hears there's a and those of you who heard this, it was quite loud and like vibrating in the air. You look up towards the gate to notice a moving stack of bones, huge in nature.
Yeah.
It has 4 limbs, claw-like, with ruined flesh on it. It has a long overarching torso that shoots on its back 2 ruined wing-like structures. It sports a tail about 15 to 20 foot in length, all made of boned and ruined scale and flesh, and a head with fangs and claws and red-like eyes, with scales so sunken into its structure that they are somewhat fused with it. It looks down at all of you and roars. The New Order look up at this. Varys does come into existence. You, Agnes, you fire a shot at him, and you do get him in the shoulder. Oh! And he notices this in himself, and he just goes, "Oh, the fuck?" You little insects. It swishes its wings and begins walking ever so casually towards you. You ring my doorbell and don't even have the decency for a sacrifice. The gall, the ineptitude. Step forward, those who seek my riches. Step forth, those who seek my dominion. Step forth, those who wishes to challenge Caesar. What do you guys do?
Ask him how to spell his name for note-taking purposes.
Right?
Point out the entire floor is littered with dead bodies. How many fucking sacrifices did he want?
Thank you.
He looks at you, Borchris. So, progeny of my brethren remain, and you reek of my essence. Death, power. Do you seek more, little morsel?
I do. Always.
Then come forth.
I mean, I seek power, but I'm not stupid. You don't look like the friendliest of sorts.
Friends is irrelevant. There's only power, and those too weak to seek it. I hold dominion of this realm. I will not share it. I will not relinquish it.
Then what do I gain from moving forward?
My mercy.
Not so big on the mercy. Giving or receiving.
Your compliance is not necessary.
You are not the first person to think so.
But I will be the last.
He arcs his massively necked head backwards, and you can see in his chest is a greenish glow that emanates from within, and it builds upwards into his neck. And Vorkrus, to the rest of you, you have no idea what the fuck this creature is. Vorkrus, this thing was once a dragon. And you know what it's about to do is very, very bad.
Everybody spread out!
Does everybody run?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Alright. So, most of the New Order sort of stand there, sort of completely awed and in fear, as it arches his head forward, and this huge cone of greenish fire spreads out. The people that are too slow to react, they are just incinerated. And they become literally mummified on the spot. The Varys is just looking around, and he rushes off this way towards the dragon. The dragon notices him run and just goes,
Good. Fresh.
Varys throws off an Eldritch Blast at this dragon, who just bats it away with his wing. And Varys just realizes the sheer ineptitude of his power against this thing. And then he calls out, "The barrier! It's down!" And he runs, trying to get past the dragon. The rest of the New Order is now scrabbling amongst themselves as this dragon just goes. He starts flapping his ruined wings and begins to take flight. And he starts arcing upwards and then swings back down for a loop over as he breathes this necrotic power again. And more of the New Order, in the dozens, they are just incinerated on the spot. Looking around, you guys can see that Sawyer, that Sheller, the MacGyver carrying Anderson, they are rushing towards where Varys is going. As this dragon, Zorsaf, continues to circle around and breathe necrotic fire down on the area, destroying it in its entirety. Are you guys going to attempt to run the way you came, or run inside Greyhelm?
I think we head in.
Yeah, I don't think we can let New Order get ahead of us.
It's only Varys. Everyone else is running out the back, aren't they?
Well, I think everybody else was trying to run in too. Sawyer and
Sawyer, Anderson, and
they're all running in.
Yeah, they're running into Greyhelm.
Okay. I mean, yeah, we can try and run past him and try and do some damage. % of my spells, but what else is new?
So, I want you all to make dexterity saving throws, please, as you run underneath this undead dragon who breathes down another round of the necrotic power.
Could I
Which
burn a
pretty
spell
much
slot
means
to
you-
use Misty Step? Would that help me at all
Yes.
with this?
This will give you advantage on it. It's just such an over-encompassing area that he breathes in.
Yeah, I think I'll do the same.
Okay, you can have advantage as well.
I need an advantage because I still can't roll higher than a 7.
Kerry's still got the bardic inspiration. in case
And
she-
nor can Zurich. Misty Step was
Yes.
a bad move.
She's gonna. I think she was using her Misty Step. To wait a minute. Doesn't she? Yeah, she does. Misty Step as her last whatever to try and get that. So her advantage will be the 22. And
Okay.
that's,
Sorry,
and
that
with
second
that,
one was Bark. I forgot to change the thing. So Bark got 26.
Cora
Very
is please. Cora's praying to her gods.
Okay, so as it flies over again, the flame erupts outwards. Most of you are able to avoid this. Zurich, Jorprix, and Vorkris, however, you get on the outskirts of it, where the flames weave outwards. You each take 10 points of necrotic damage. Jorprix is knocked unconscious from this. He tumbles, and you all see this happen.
Cora goes back.
I'm gonna grab him, try and run with him.
Alright, so Zurich and Cora go back and pick him up over his shoulders as you can see the dragon is now flying around and doing another swoop towards the centre of it all.
Try and distract him with a casting of Blight. I will blight this bastard.
Alright, making ranged... No, he needs to make a constitution
Yeah,
saving
that's
throw.
con save. Yeah.
Okay, let me just get his stats. He's got plus 12 to this.
Well, if you could roll a 2 or below, that would be appreciated.
18.
You tried quite hard, to be fair, but no, that is a pass. I think it takes half.
That's right, yep.
But whether I'm still expecting him to be immune to it.
Because it was a save, my shield reaction wouldn't have worked on that, right?
No.
Oh, and that's a damn nice roll as well. So
Yeah,
39
yeah.
of necrotic damage, halved down
That'll be
to 19.
19. Yeah. So, as you cast a spell, you can see it envelop over what remains of its scale-like skin, become even blackened. It does have some form of an effect, but not as much as you were thinking it was, as this creature just goes...
So that's 39 damage, I did 9.
He arcs upwards and strikes the rocks above you, which come tumbling down. Cora, Zurich, and the unconscious Jorprix, rocks are coming down towards you. What do you want to do? Do you want to try to avoid them? Do you want to try to block them? What are you going to do?
So as I was running towards Geoprix while Vorkris was doing his thing, I wanted to cast Shield of Faith on Geoprix.
Yep.
So there's that. And then what were the choices? To avoid the rocks or do...
Well, creatively, what would you do? Now these rocks are coming towards you. Well, what are you going to try and do? Are you going to try and tank them? You can try and get around them. You can try and blow them away. Creatively, how will you get out of this predicament of these rocks?
If you'd like to talk creatively, I would like to cast Featherfall on the rocks. Now, it only works on creatures, but I'm still going to try and cast Featherfall on the rocks.
All right,
So as a meat shield.
It does not have an effect on the rocks, unfortunately, Chris.
I will. I think Cora would just be focusing on getting Geoprix to safety, so grabbing him and then just bobbing and weaving as best as she could with him.
I'll try and smash
dodging
the rocks that are falling with the booming blade.
And I would probably cast Thunderwave up to try and break them as well.
Carrie would be Eldritch blasting them.
Okay, right. With everything in regards to that, I want Cora to make a dexterity saving throw, and Zurich to make a strength saving throw. The DC is 11.
Just to let you know that it's really
Oh
low,
my
so when you
God.
fail it, it's just even more embarrassing. Way, what a dick.
Okay, so Zurich tanks most of them. However, some rocks do get past. Cora, you will take 15 points of bludgeoning damage from this
Okay.
as the rocks crumble on top of you, but you're able to keep on going on ahead and get past the large open archway where the magical barrier, where it once was, has failed. You can see the sigils are currently being blocked with a necrotic overlay. A sigil seems to be recently added to it. You guys can watch behind you to see that pretty much the entirety of the new order that was there is wiped out as Zorsaf continues to swoop over and destroy them. And the next thing you know, he appears in the top of the archway, clawing to the side of it, head twisted in disproportionate measures.
Where are you going, insects? How dare you!
And he starts jumping off and flies towards you. Up ahead, you can see the main path splits off into two massive corridor-like structures that goes to the left and to the right. Which direction are you guys going to go?
Left. So good an answer as
Yeah,
any.
right,
Is there
right at the back. So
just like super quick on the go, obviously not as thorough as we wanted to? Is there anything that's different from right to left? Like they're both completely. Do I get
Not
a
that you
truly
can
feeling
see. They're
one way
identical.
versus the other way?
They are an identical set of corridors.
Okay. We don't hear New Order going one way versus another way?
Not over the sounds of the dragon
Okay.
roaring and flying.
All right.
Hey,
I
distraction
was lagging
that time.
behind anyway, so I'm following.
Okay, so the party goes left. So you veer off towards this corridor, and as you're about to cross over to the threshold, you do notice down the right path, you just see the remnants of the group that is led by Varys. You can see Varys, Sawyer, MacGyver with an unconscious Anderson on his shoulders, Shella, who is dragging a Sneed behind her.
Ugh.
Ew,
And
I spotted a slime trail along the floor.
And it's almost like a snail has gone over there, to be honest.
And we missed that
and
looking for clues.
Yeah, right?
I just thought of it, to be honest.
I know it's fine.
And as you guys veer off into the left, Zorsaf crashes into the corridor like separation wall, and he looks down one way to the other. He breathes his necrotic fire down the right path as you guys continue running off ahead, and he reaches his head backwards and sees you rushing off, and he just jumps down to the floor and starts running after you. You guys keep on running ahead. You can see probably about 40, 50 feet ahead. This huge overarching corridor condenses and congeals into a single structure doorway big enough for a medium humanoid. As you guys are rushing there, the ground around you is shaking and collapsing. The first person to get there would be Zurich. He smashes the door open and leads people in. Vorkus goes in. Lisma goes in. Bark and Kerry stop to see Cora, Joprix, and Zurich lagging behind. They steel themselves. They venture outwards. You can see Lisma. He throws his sword at Sorsa and embeds it into one of its rib-like structures. You can see Kerry blast off multiple magic missiles towards it, allowing the ones who lag behind to get past them. They then turn around to go inside when Zorsaf reaches out with his claws and envelops around the both of them. And they just go, ah! And he lowers his head and just goes, "Got you now, insects." And at that point, the ground beneath him begins to collapse. It
Who does he
shatters. And Zorsaf immediately takes flight. But in that brief moment of like taking flight, he lets go of Bark and Kerry. And the last you see of them, they fall into darkness. Zorsaf arcs his head back again to go and breathe fire into the little area that you have got into. With Zurich, you just slam the door shut and you just feel the vibrations, the intensity of power behind the door. It vibrates uncontrollably and you don't think it's going to hold. What are you guys going to do? Yes, Agnes made it, yes.
Carry on running the fuck through whatever room, corridor, cave we're in right now. And getting as far away from that.
I'm doing that unconscious, like, kind of weird shaking thing because I don't know what's going on.
Yeah. It appears to be a collection of a connection of square rooms that lead on to the next. As you guys venture off ahead, the stone door begins to melt beneath the ferocity, and the last you hear as you call out is the crashings and bangings of a gigantic creature trying to tear away at stone, and the roar of
Run as far and as fast as you want. This is my domain, and I will find you wherever you go.
And the last thing you hear is the flapping of wings. Steadily gets quieter. Quieter.
Turn to the party and say, I mean, ultimate fear notwithstanding, you'd think if this was his domain, he'd make the corridors big enough for him, wouldn't you?
I know. Right?
Ahead of you, you can see waterfalls dripping, well, small little waterfalls or even streams dripping down from the walls, creating small little puddles or little streams in this long, empty pathway. The pathway itself is probably about 35 feet in width, and goes on for as long as any of you can see. You have a brief moment, a brief pause to catch your breath. It would appear, for now, that you guys are safe. But you have lost Bark and Kerry for the time being. You do not know what has happened to them, if they survived their fall into that pit. You are now stranded, trapped, and alone in Greyhelm.
We'll cast Warding Wind when we need it.
We'll take a quick break there for the toilet there, guys.
Oh, I'm need to take the dogs out.
Who let the dogs out? Lisma, Lisma.
I'm never going to let you live that down, though. If I can save Lisma from being scared of that Sneed.
Right. So, this is the beginning of our dungeon crawl, guys. Let's get back to it after we finish what we need to do.
Jack, did I successfully add you to the folder that has the notes directly from my notebook?
Yes, I got that link, yeah.
Sweet.
And now I can see all the spelling mistakes you make.
Well, I don't make spelling mistakes unless it's like a real quick thing.
I saw a spelling
Actually,
mistake.
I did the other day.
That's in the first sentence.
No.
I corrected Ozymandias as soon as I signed in today.
Oh, that one. Well, that's nice. That one I was given because I wasn't there during that, but it auto translates. So, like on my actual here, I don't have any spelling mistakes. I did something the other day that was hilarious, though. I was trying to translate a recipe from Spanish, and so I speak it, but apparently my brain just like half translated Spanish words, so I had like Spanglish I was writing down.
Sí, señor.
Sí.
Mi esto español no comprende. Muy bueno.
It's alright, my Spanish ain't good either.
So, that was the welcoming committee. I wonder what else lies waiting for you inside.
A nice long rest.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly. A rest.
A cozy area full of comfy leather beds? Feather beds.
You are actually in a safe area here, and the water here is actually drinkable. So,
Can someone help me?
I was going to
As
suggest
soon as
it.
we're all back,
Dragged you
I got
here.
you.
What more do you want? And we don't know if we can. She could try and heal you, but it didn't work last time.
Right.
well, I assume that Cora would have done spare the dying as soon as possible.
Mm.
So I would consider you stabilized, unless she doesn't have that, in which case I would require you to make death saves.
I believe I do.
Spare me, please.
Yeah.
What was that? Put you out of your
Yeah.
misery?
That's true.
I could do with a replacement zombie.
No, I'd never do that.
Fills out the rest of adventure as a zombie.
You lost your zombies out there, didn't you?
Yeah, I am minionless. It's a horrible feeling.
Oh, I've seen a few.
Orcus has a crisis of conscience while debating this inside his head.
I could take his spell book, copy all of his
If I
spell.
can see that you're going to pull through, I'll let you pull through. But if you look like you're taking a turn for the worst, then
Exactly.
there's no point in letting that perfectly
See you
functioning
later.
body go to waste.
Exactly. That's what I would want you to do, though. Use me to the fullest of my ability.
Thank you, Joprex. I will take that as permission in the future.
If I die and there's no bringing me back at that point, then It's the
Bring me
undead.
along.
It's the undead life for me, I guess.
If you can't bring me back, bring me along. Gross. Can I do a medicine check on him to see what the hell is preventing him from healing?
Yeah, go right ahead. He appears to be cursed.
Ugh.
Neat.
Okay. Well, you are just going to get a good rest while I rest, and then I can fix it. But right now, I can't fix it. I can fix it in 8 hours.
Maybe
So
a rest will fix it.
Do I have 1 hit point? Is that how that works?
No, you
you're just
are
Just
stable.
stabilized.
because
After so many
because
hours,
the
you get a
nature-
hit point, I think.
This is known as Sneed Rot. The cursed target can't regain hit points, and your hit point maximum decreases by 3d6 every 24 hours that elapse. You will die if your hit point maximum goes to 0.
So
Oh,
I can't
your
even
problem.
get to 1.
Yeah, there's not even.
Right.
There's not a save. There's not a.
Back.
No.
Okay, but you're good with curses, right, Cora?
The save was a Constitution save.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow. I'm gonna take a rest and
So unfortunately,
have my mom do it.
For the entirety of the long rest, unfortunately, Joe Prix is actually out of action completely.
Right. I won't get
He's
the
just
benefit of a
unconscious.
long rest.
No.
Womp womp.
I mean, you are resting. You'll look great when you wake up.
Random out of counter question. So he can't regain hit points, that's fine. But if he's still going through a long rest, would he get his spell slots back?
No, because he's not resting, he's unconscious.
Okay, fair.
So, yeah.
I tried, Joe Prick.
Yeah, appreciate. Yeah, I know. I don't think I would benefit from any of my stuff.
You guys find yourselves in this wet corridor. You're able to take an actual moment to breathe now. To take in your surroundings and just... You all look around with the harrowing predicament that you just found yourselves in. And Agnes is there. Where the hell did she come from?
I'd be like, who are you? Are you New Order?
She left. I hadn't noticed.
You,
What?
where's Sparhawk?
Where did you go? You're all just interchangeable to me.
Wow.
It's fine. It's got indigestion. It's not a problem. I'm laughing.
Cora is an absolute mess, and she's not gonna do a bunch of talking because she's working through some shit right now. But she's gonna come over to you, and like envelop you in this big hug, and probably start like stroking your hair, and she's just gonna cry into your hair, and she's gonna say, "Purple is good," and probably that a couple of times before letting you go and just like walking off and hanging out in the fetal position somewhere in this cave.
What happened? Why is Chris? What happened?
Just everything's happened. We acquired people, we've lost people. That was Bark and Kerry out there. They didn't even make it. They fell down some pits.
Wait, Spark's back.
Yeah, we found Bark in a casino. Where else would we find Bark?
Oh, okay.
It's been a long and trying road. It's like, how is Star Settlement? That's where we left you. What the hell are you doing here?
Well,
Star's Unity, I should say. Sorry.
they're doing fine. They're doing fine. And I went out, and that prick, Varus, kidnapped me and brought me here.
So you're shit enough that you got kidnapped by one guy.
Wow. That
was
out
a
of
group of
character. Wow.
I'm getting proper death stares.
Richard is now going to start doing this from upstairs.
I mean, don't feel so bad. I had Chet attack Kristen the other night.
He certainly did.
Oh, yeah, it was bad.
And Chet slept on the sofa that night.
Yep.
Is this when we start seeing stuff fly across on the screens and you're just getting hit by stuff?
It was some of my best attacking too,
It
unfortunately.
was like he's like, hit. Attack Kristen. Oh, I got this. Don't worry. And I'm gonna crit a couple times. Jerk.
So what? He kidnapped you and dragged you here?
Yes.
Well, I mean, it's good to see you, but I can't say I'm not a little bit surprised. I mean, you were miles away. It's very unusual to see you here.
I mean, he was a bit of a prick. He was always a bit of a prick. He didn't like me at all anyway, so...
Most of the New Order are. That's why I've been trying to kill them wherever I can.
Cora's not going to roll over. Cora's not going to even move her head from where it is. And she's just going to say, Agnes, did you hear them say anything? Do you know, like, do you have any information about what the heck just was happening?
I mean, I've got this very large bump on the back of the head, but Jack, do I know anything? Did they say anything?
Yeah, so Varys actually attempted to get you to replace what was his bloody name? The guy, the golden armored guy.
Maxwell.
Well,
Sandscape.
Like seeing as you guys, Sans, because you guys came from the same area. He heard that you were basically heavily involved with taking down Maxwell. And he judged you to be somebody of worth. So the whole reason he captured you and brought you here is because he thought that your skills would be very useful in breaking into Greyhound. So he actually has spent the better part of about 2 weeks trying to convert you to become part of the Grey Order. Or the New Order.
I knew we couldn't trust her.
And you know how much I hate the New Order.
Yeah. I remember when we first met them, they were like, oh yeah, come here, we've got all the knowledge, all the books, we'll share everything. And now they're just a bunch of murdering bastards.
I'm pretty sure I recall that conversation as I was telling all you like they were a bunch of bastards, and you were like, nah, they're angels. They're amazing.
I didn't say the word angels, I said they had knowledge. I want to learn knowledge. Sometimes you don't learn that from the nicest of people. It's the way the world works.
I kind of just scowl. Up. Because you're quite tall, aren't you?
Not for. I'm quite tall for human, but quite short for Dragonborn, I believe.
I'm only 5 foot. I look up at you and scowl at you, and kind of look over and put my hand out to Zurich and say, "Hi, I'm Agnes."
I'm Zurich. Nice to meet you. I'm sort
I
of.
don't think you've met Lismo either.
I'm in debt to the party. They kind of won me in a game.
So Joe Brooks is currently fetching me tea, but he would say he's not in debt to anybody. He can do whatever he wants.
That's my boss. Just point to him.
I'm not your boss, Eric.
Have you got Chet on tea duty now for a while for attacking you the other day?
Yeah. So, I mean, in fairness, my version of tea is not like he's not making me dinner. He's literally just making a cup of tea because I had a question to ask.
We're British. We don't get confused when you say tea.
You understand we're English, right? We assume, when you say he's making you tea, we assume the drink.
Oh, well, every time I talk to people and they say, I'm going to go have tea, they mean an entire friggin' meal, like dinner.
Yeah, having tea and making tea are different.
Oh my God, okay.
Yeah.
I don't...
If you're having tea, you're eating a meal. If you're making tea, you're making a brew.
Okay.
It's
very simple.
With any of you. Just forget it. I'm sorry. He's making me a hot beverage over at the stove. That's all.
Also, an alcoholic drink. Amazing.
I think you mean the stuff.
What did I say?
I think you need a
Stove.
kettle. Why don't Americans have kettles? Why do you actually
Oh my
boil
God, okay.
everything on the stove?
Right. Focus. Joe Brooks didn't say anything because he's unconscious. I forgot that, but he would have like.
They don't have kettles over there. They microwave their water.
No, yeah,
No, we don't.
I mean, Americans definitely do, but electric kettles just aren't a thing over there. And
They
why?
know.
are.
But they're not
are.
a common thing.
I just
Every
don't
single
have
house
one.
in this entire country will have an electric kettle, guaranteed. Every single house. With the
Even
idea
mine
of
doesn't.
boiling
I don't-
water on a stove, that's
I
what
don't-
cavemen do.
Yeah. Anyways, I believe we've gone a little bit off topic.
Yeah,
Agnes
sorry,
has
that's my
returned-
fault.
Leave me
Agnes
alone.
has returned to the was it Lismer is being introduced to Agnes.
Yeah, I'm kind of just going down the line, so I'll just introduce myself to Zurich, introduce myself to Lismer, and be like, "Hi." And who's the sleeping one? Why is he asleep?
Too
That's
sure.
fine.
I don't like. Yeah, magic eludes me. This is the most I can do, and I'll just get the little crackle in my hand.
Did you miss the giant dragon attacking us? That's why he's asleep.
He
That was
got
the other side of the room.
he got knocked to the head as well. So hopefully he'll be all right.
That guy cursed him, and I can't heal him.
Well, when
Agnes-
I did vampiric touch on that woman in the middle of the circle, it gave her health. I can try.
No.
Okay.
I saw the finger.
I'm just the slipper.
Agnes, do you know why Varys was trying to stop the ritual?
He was trying to stop it? It did not look like it from that angle.
She's too tired to even think about inciting that.
Anyway, this cave looks quite cozy. I'm fucking tired. I just want to try and drink this water, see if it's not going to kill me like everything else in this bastard place so far. And I need to get some sleep. It's good to see you, Agnes.
Actually, I'm quite thirsty, and I'll just go and drink some of the water.
Yeah,
It's
I'd
actually
rely.
surprisingly refreshing.
Don't die.
This water's
For
good.
cave water,
Like,
if a cave water, it's actually good. Yeah.
Filtered through all the extra rocks. Glug, glug, glug.
It's mineral rich. All right. So, will you guys be setting up a watch in the cave you're in at the moment?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Joe Brooks is going to
Yes.
be the one.
yeah, I'll take first watch. I'm still a bit wired after seeing whatever the hell that thing was.
Okay. So, is anybody going to join Joe Brooks, or is he going to do this solo?
I'm fast asleep, but if someone wakes me up, I will join anyone for any watch.
I would.
If no one does, I'll sleep through the night.
Joe Brooks isn't really watching anything.
Yeah, because I'm awake, so I'll let everyone else sleep, and I'll come up with stay up with Lisma for a little bit.
Okay. All right. So, one of you can roll perception at advantage, or both of you can roll individually. It's up to you.
You want to go at advantage?
Yeah, mine's not brilliant. Might as well just do one each.
Sure.
Okay. So, as the party finds a softer area of the cave to sleep on the ground, Lisma and Agnes, they stay up. They find, nice little small jettisoning out rocks to sort of park their bums on and tend to their equipment, wipe the blood off their clothes and their weapons, and just keep an eye out. Is there anything you guys would like to roleplay?
Thank you. I would just sort of explain who I was, where I came from, how I came to be with the party.
And I'd probably just do the same, that we were on the boat and the boat crashed and everyone died, and then we came here and then we helped some settlements out, and then I had to go back because we had to go and tell the other settlements what was happening. with the stone thingy that I don't really know what is, but it's something dangerous. And then, yeah, you know the rest.
Yeah, I came across this this elk, a white elk, asked me for help, and then next thing I knew, I was unconscious. The New Order had taken it. Well, I assume it was the New Order. I was following them, and then I came across these guys running away from something. I still don't know what.
Oh, probably their own shadows knowing them.
Yeah, yeah, a few things have happened. Like they've said, we lost some people. Uh, lost some people, and I've been learning new things on the way. Didn't even know about magic back where I was from, but now I can do this, and you can see the sparks.
That's really cool.
It's a nice little party trick.
This is the one that I can do, and I cast Mage Hand. And it just kind of just like scrunches up
We
your
can't
hair.
see it. It's invisible. It's invisible. But hey, your hair gets scrunched up by an invisible hand.
Well, the wind in here is weird.
So, your rest comes and ends without any incident. Occasionally you'll hear slight rumbling coming from somewhere within the mountain, but beyond that, it's nothing. Nothing happens. So you go to wake up the second watch.
Yeah, I'll take second watch.
You doing it solo?
Don't mind.
If somebody wakes me, I wouldn't have said anything. If somebody wakes me up, I'll.
Yeah, we wouldn't have woken Cora up. We're more likely to have woken Volcris up, to be fair.
Yeah, if Orcus gets woken up, he will do a watch.
Okay. So Vorkrus and Xeric. One of you can roll at advantage, or you can roll individually, your choice.
Go for one each. I'm pretty sure my perception is not great.
Right.
Oh, sorry, that should have been so it's a 6.
Alright. So, is there anything you two would like to roleplay with each other during your watch?
Yeah, I'd like to ask a few things.
I look very uncomfortable. Carry on.
So, when that creature, that thing came out, it sort of spoke to you with some sort of like a familiarity about it.
It was just draconic. It's like I kind of grew up knowing this language. It's not really used. I was in a small village. We all pretty much just spoke common, but we all knew how to speak draconic. I didn't even realize that's what it was speaking. I just understood it. I assumed everyone did. I don't really pay attention to what languages I'm speaking. I just hear things in my head.
Do you know much else about it? I mean, if we have to come up in a fight against that, any tips would be much appreciated.
It seems that it classes this as its domain and that it lives here, but where it came from, I don't quite know. I did try doing my standard magic against it, which is necrotic, and it didn't seem to do much harm to it. So I don't think that's a good magic to try, but I don't think many people but me kind of use that anyway. It's kind of a Vorquist trick.
So do you think fire or thunder would have much effect against it?
I honestly do not know. I know that necrotic does not, but what else will and will not? I mean, after fighting that bastard, I forget the name of it every time. I always want to say Goliath, but it's not. It's whatever that big bull thing that we fought that we couldn't hurt.
Oh, the Gorgon.
Yeah. After fighting that thing, and just some things just don't seem to take damage at all. So hopefully it's just necrotic that doesn't hurt it. I mean, I should have guessed that looking at it, but it's all I know. It's my default. So yes, all we can do is try. I only had chance to try the one spell against it. But necrotic is not the way forward.
We did mention that this was sort of its home. Maybe there's some answers here of what can harm it.
This is a very good point. We shall see what we can find in this huge, never-ending cave of wonders. Once we leave this room, I mean, this is a nice room. I'm glad we're here. I'm glad we are relatively safe. My God, I needed it. But yes, I am very keen to know what secrets are inside, and hopefully we can beat the New Order to whatever we find inside too.
Yeah, I'm just a bit disappointed I didn't put that horrible Sneed guy down. I should have known he was playing a trick or something.
Yes, I did. I did see him out the corner of my eye. I was far too busy trying to hurt the one in the middle, and I seemed to heal her more than I hurt her. Pain in the ass, this weird trickster magic. I don't understand it. And my hand, ugh. I shudder at the thought of doing radiant damage. It felt so clean and pure. It was horrible. It was. Ugh.
But hopefully that'll be the last of it down here. Can't see it being though.
Well, at least whatever ritual she was trying to do seems to have been interrupted. I mean, I'm aware we still brought back an undead dragon. It's not exactly winning situation, but I feel it could have been a lot worse. This god of opposites or whatever they were chanting about seems.
Zurich, this is the first time you've heard the word dragon, and as far as you're aware, dragons went extinct hundreds of years ago.
I mean, to be fair, that one looked pretty extinct. It just got animated. I mean, you've seen my zombies, right?
So you think somebody could be controlling that? Somebody had brought that back?
I mean, not necessarily. There's so much strange magic in this land that none of it seems to make much sense. But it didn't really look alive to me. I don't really think it's a typical dragon as we have heard about in stories. So the fact that this one is still animated does not necessarily mean dragons are still around.
Well, I wonder if if we killed it, I could add Dragon Slayer to my title. If we actually did manage to kill it.
Undead Dragon Slayer.
I will happily assist you in trying to find a way to kill it. I don't like the idea of something that big. I'm also concerned that it could not follow us down this corridor. But what if it can get out of that cave and it's just out there terrorizing the new world, burning cities to the ground with its necrotic breath? I mean, probably not the sort of thing you want flying around your settlements when you're trying to establish a new world.
I don't think we really had much choice of where we ran, to be honest. If we went
Well,
outside
no.
the door, we would have just been toasted.
I am glad you all had the sense to run. I was constrained to fight it, but I do not feel I would have been victorious, especially when it was resistant to all my magic.
Maybe after a rest and I've sort of fixed some of these wounds. You can see, I'm beaten to nearly an inch of my life. Well, I fix some of these wounds, I might be a bit more capable to do something to it if we meet it.
You are definitely looking a little bit worse for wear. You had better regain some health, or else you'll be joining my undead army, which you will still be useful, but I feel you're more useful now.
I feel like that was a compliment in there somewhere. I'm going to take it.
It was definitely a compliment. You're more useful than my zombies that die at the first opportunity they get.
They're basically kobolds.
They're not even that good. At least kobolds can follow basic instructions. These are just mindless idiots.
Yeah.
I'm just angry that Wenas walked towards him with a trap on his leg. He's like, fuck's sake, stop. Act hurt, you fucking idiot. But I suppose, I didn't tell him to act hurt, so it's really hard becoming like an undead master of zombies. It's I've never done it before. There's a lot to learn.
He did the best he could.
He did indeed. Okay.
We'll get you some more bodies, don't worry.
I mean, he definitely deserved a horrible death anyway, so I'm not that worried about him.
He died as he lived.
With a trap around his leg.
Okay. So, over the course of your watch, nothing more than the vibrations happen, the low rumbling. And that's really the only thing of any note that happens in these caves. So, with that, you go to wake up the third and final watch.
Wake Cora up, I think.
Yeah, I suppose that's Cora and nobody.
I could try
Yeah.
to stay awake.
You'd would not get the benefits of a long rest if you did that, just so you know.
I think Vorkus would stay awake anyway, to be honest. He'd get his short rest. So
Once you
Yeah, sure.
I wouldn't want Cora sitting there on her own.
once you
Never happened.
well, wake up Cora. She's got something to say.
I wake up Cora.
You should get some rest. I think I want to be alone.
Well, if you change your mind, I will try not to be too grumpy if you wake me up.
Okay.
And I'll go to sleep, I guess.
Alright. So, Zurich and Vorkus head to sleep. And Cora, you are awake, alone, in the corridor. In the cave. Can I get a perception check from you, please? Alright, so you're pretty aware of everything that happens in this cave, for now. Is there anything you'd like to do by yourself?
Yeah, so I would just kind of, I think, walk around and inspect the area. See if I see, like, I don't know if it looks exactly the way it looks here. Is there, like, are we trapped in a room? Is there a way further forward?
Yeah. You're like you're basically on a cave path, just resting in a cave path.
What I'd also like to do is look up, because I'm remembering when we were escaping right before Agnes left, and we were in a space kind of like this, but there was hidden to us because there was overgrowth, a spot in the ceiling. I don't expect it to be because this was like this dwarven fortress, but she's going to look for it anyway.
The ceiling of the cave goes beyond your vision of
What I
dark,
can
your
see.
dark vision.
Okay. All right. Then I think Cora's probably just going to sit, maybe even over by the water, and kind of take some and drink it, and then wash her face and stare into it for a second and just kind of process what happened.
Okay.
And then she's going to close her eyes and she's going to pray. She's going to pray to her gods and thank them for keeping most of us alive. I don't know if Bark and Carrie are dead, but if they're not, if you could still watch over them, that'd be great. And I don't know, are we going towards the God of Opposites? I kind of feel like I'm not sure if I am responsible for killing everybody, and having that dragon thing, skeleton, I don't know what it is. I just feel a little lost, and I feel a little heartbroken. And so if you wanted to give me any sort of sign, that'd be great.
Make a religion check.
Sounds about right.
Yeah. As you say this, emotions getting the better of you. There is no sign from your god.
Which will probably only frustrate her more, but that's not going to stop her. So I think she would probably just look around, see if there's anything that she can eat around here. Obviously, she's the most vegetarian of everybody. If there are any mushrooms or leaves or berries growing in this underground part.
Is there anyone here who casts Goodberry anymore?
Nope.
Nope.
Right, so whilst you guys are in this cave, you're going to need to keep track of your rations, Cora especially so, whilst you stay attuned to that wheel.
Yep.
Hey, this game just became a survival game. Awesome.
I'm glad you're
As we
excited
enter
about
this
that.
giant cave of
So-
lack of food.
So does that mean I don't need to bother making a nature check because there's nothing here? Or
In terms of eating, no. There's plenty of water to drink, so you can fill up your, your water skins and such.
okay, no mushrooms or moss that would be
No.
okay to eat.
I mean, there's a little bit of moss, but you don't know if it's edible.
Okay. I'd probably take out the wheel and stare at it, and I know that it doesn't connect to the point that we're looking for, but I know that there's something north that we need to be looking for. So I think I'm just gonna stare at it.
It's ancient, holds great hidden knowledge. Just staring at it gives you a nostalgic sensation for some reason.
Okay.
However,
Right.
your watch comes and goes without any issues. Eventually, one by one, you all come to consciousness after completing your long rest. Jorprix is still unconscious.
All right. So I will go over to him with my newly prepared spell list. And I will cast, where is it? Remove curse.
Okay. So, you cast Remove Curse, and his breathing, which was shallow and erratic, becomes much more steady. He's still unconscious, but you get the feeling that whatever ailed him has retreated.
Okay. And so he's still just
Unconscious,
mechanically on 0 hit points. Okay.
Yes.
All right. I'm going to look at my inventory first. I'm going to give him one of my potions of healing just to start.
Okay. So you plop his head up into his mouth. Go ahead and roll 2d2 plus 2.
Do you want me to do that or him to do that?
You can do it. It's your potion. So.
Okay. 2d4 plus 2.
I need your phone for music.
Okay, so Gilbert, you regain 6 hit points. As you come to consciousness, you cough up a little bit of the healing potion, a little, and you sort of sit up, groggily, weakened like hell. You are in a cave with some running water, surrounded by your friends and one lady who you don't recognize. Bark and Kerry are nowhere to be seen.
Where am I? What happened? There was that dragon, skeletal dragon, and it went black. Where are we?
So, that disgusting man put a curse on you, which was preventing me from healing you, and then that dragon thing came and killed a lot of people, and we lost Bark and Carrie. They're out there. I don't know if they're alive or dead, but we ran through the gates of Greyhelm, and I don't know if that was the right idea either, but most of us are together. That's Agnes. I don't think that you know her. She plays really pretty music on bagpipes.
I'm sure. Nice to meet. Where Bark and Carrie?
Cora starts sobbing and can't speak to you.
I frantically looking for my pipe, nervous
That's
and
fair.
upset, and trying really, really hard, shaking to light it, processing everything.
Thanks your
that's
few shot.
going on. Yeah.
Crap. What is your hit point maximum, sir?
It's 50, I think.
50 even, so I give you 6. You would only be able to get a maximum of 19. I'm going to use one of my channel divinities, and
Well, here's the thing. So we're here. I don't know how long we're staying here. If we take another hour for a short rest, I can burn hit dice too, and you don't have to burn the slot.
it's
Yeah.
not a slot though, and I can only bring you up to half. So she's going to do it anyway because she feels like she failed a couple of people, a couple of you. So it's an action present equal to 5 times my cleric level. So 8 times 5, 40 hit points. You can only take 19 of them. And then you can do whatever else you need to with that.
All right. Puts me up to half, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
25. Okay. If that's fine with everybody. Like, to me, I think Joe Bricks would probably say, how long have we been here? Where is here? Where?
I'm not entirely sure where here is, but you were out for a good 8 hours.
Oh, okay. So much to process. Let me smoke. Maybe just let me sit for a little while, please.
Yeah, you get
Kind of
comfortable.
intimidating.
We've got nothing really pressing to do.
So I've probably slept enough for everybody's taste at this point, but maybe if I have an hour.
Up to the party.
Yeah, I'm definitely for thingy, letting Joprick sleep.
That would be another. There'd be another 8 hours here, though.
Oh no, like an hour's rest.
Oh, an hour's. Yeah, I was gonna say an hour's rest.
Yeah.
That's a short. That's easy, right at the tail end of the long one. That'll at least get my hit points up to max. That way I don't die again. I'll burn the hit dice.
Okay, go right ahead. And you obviously get 19 hit points back from Cora's channel divinity.
Yep. I'll just work it somebody up.
You're not rolling very well.
I'm trying my best.
No.
Just in case you wanted to know. There you go.
Just
Keep going.
Keep going, you can get there.
Burn through those 8 hit dice. Do it. Do it.
No.
No.
Bad
It's okay,
Joprick.
get him out now. Get him out now.
What is it?
There we go.
Yay.
That's
To mute what you're
Pick up your
explaining to the
average.
children.
That's all of them.
Yes,
too.
Daddy's dead.
So over the course of the next hour, Jawpricks just applies some emergency first aid to himself on his worst wound. The other wounds have closed up due to Cora's healing. You guys are able to brush yourselves off. Jawpricks, there's a lady there you've never seen before.
Hi, I'm Agnes.
Hi. Play. Cora tells me you play beautiful music.
Oh, she's so kind when it comes to me. I love my bagpipes. They're the most amazing thing in the world. It's probably not a good idea to do them in here, though.
Oh,
But
fuck. Walker remembers those bagpipes.
Don't
as well.
worry.
The acoustics
I
look
remembered
down-
to remind everybody.
I was completely out loud when I said that. Oh, fuck, as soon as you said bagpipes.
as
The
I
acoustics
said,
are really, really good for it, though.
I
here,
know,
think.
but like, maybe we should just go in a little bit further and there's not, rumbling every 5 minutes with there's dragons trying to kill us. Maybe that's probably not the best idea.
Well, I think that's prudent, dear Agnes. I think that stealth may be the name of the game from here on out.
Or Chris searches his arcane knowledge to understand the effect that necrotic magic would have on bagpipes.
Depends on
Well,
the spell.
This is the thing: is that technically bagpipes are made out of a stomach. Is that not an? Is that not an animal? It's treated.
I can make it shrivel up.
I was thinking more. You
To make
could
it sound even worse.
You can make an undead servant out of
You
it.
should
Yeah.
like it more. Oh yeah, you can zombify it.
That would be
Undead
amazing.
bagpipes.
1d4 bagpipe damage.
Okay, so with your journey ahead of you unknown, you know the way behind you is barred. Just the corridor that you went down. If you wanted to get out of Greyhelm, you could see if you could find a way to get to the corridor that the New Order went down and go back that way. Maybe there's another way out of Greyhelm further within. The lost civilization. What happened here? Who lived here? What remains? What is yet to be found? Who is Zorazath? What claim does he have over this realm? We'll find this out on the next session, guys. As you guys take your first step into Greyhelm to discover its wonders.